You can remove the interim word from Dr. Vickie Cartwright's name for Broward Superintendent. School board members voted 8-1 to make Dr. Cartwright the superintendent of the 6th largest school district in the country. And joining us now is Dr. Vickie Cartwright. First of all, congratulations on this major accomplishment.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You have a big job ahead of you. First, I want to ask you, originally, you were only supposed to be an interim superintendent and you weren't supposed to be a candidate for the permanent role. Why did that change?
So earlier this school year, our board had taken that item up into consideration. One of the board members previously had a desire to go ahead and do a direct appointment for me to become superintendent. The board members were very respectful and completely understanding that we had spoken with community, said that there was going to be a process in place, make sure that their community was actually involved with the process. And so rather than going towards that route, what they did is they made a motion to amend my contract to allow me to apply for the position.
Because you had that interim role before, you are well versed in the challenges that you are now facing. So how can you effectively do your job when it seems like lawmakers in Tallahassee are making it more and more difficult? There's actually a bill right now in the legislature that would cut $200 million from school districts that enforce mask mandates like Broward County. Broward could lose $32 million. So how do you plan to deal with and make up for that lost money?
I'll be very frank with you. This is one of those bills that right now, I'm calling upon our community to reach out to your local legislators, reach out to your state leaders. We have a very good relationship with our local delegates, and we're very thankful for their support. But I think some of this is very problematic for us as we're looking at it, because after the special session, Broward County Public Schools was in full compliance with the law. Not to mention that before the special session, there was no law and statute prohibiting districts from having face covering policies. So where they're saying, oh, you were doing this because you were violating the law, well, there wasn't one before that special session. So it's got us a little confused, to be honest with you. And even though the administrators are not school-based, for which they're pulling those salaries out of, many of them work and lead departments that provide critical needs for our students, such as our school safety, student technology, student transportation, as well as crucial food services to the most disadvantaged students in our communities across the state.
All right, let me ask you, because the shots continue coming from Tallahassee. That's not all you're facing right now. Lawmakers also want to slash the salaries of your school board members, the members that voted for you. Do you feel that you are the target in the crosshairs of Republicans in Tallahassee? And again, what can you do about it?
Again, it's really making sure that we're working together as a community and reaching out to our elected officials to have these conversations, to bring to light that it feels as though there is some sliding that is occurring to the county for itself. And so what can we do in order to work as alongside with one another, rather than as a district in the state, rather than what feels as though we're really trying to be polarized. So we understand what the intentions are on this, or at least we think we understand. But let's work together to try to figure this out collectively, rather than having something just being done to us.
You mentioned not wanting to be polarized, but one of the polarizing topics right now in Tallahassee is the legislation called the so-called Don't Say Gay bill. What impact do you think this would have on children who may not be from traditional families? Maybe they have 2 dads or 2 moms. Are you concerned about how this might impact them?
I am. I'm very concerned. This is a horrific bill, to be frank with you, because we work very hard on inclusive activities, inclusive environments, and making sure that people are comfortable just for however you may identify. And so for now, there's a bill to where you can't even talk about this, where all we're going to be doing is working backwards from what we as a society have been doing for years, working to work alongside, have that inclusive environment. And now it feels as though we're trying to create exclusivity and push away people and really identify people and put a scarlet letter on them. It just doesn't make sense.
Dr. Cartwright, what is your top priority right now for raising education standards across the district in Broward County?
So my top priority right now is continuing to make sure that we're putting in the right resources with our students in the hands of our teachers as well, so that they are able to utilize those resources and support from the district office so that we can continue to really work on accelerating our learning opportunities. COVID, unfortunately, the reality of it is that we have some significant slide that has occurred during this pandemic. And so we must work very hard and purposeful to make sure that we're doing that acceleration of the learning, and we're using practices that we know are going to make a meaningful difference in the lives of every one of our students.
Teachers really trying to make up for so much of that COVID-related learning loss. You mentioned wanting to support them. However, I know that there's a lot of teachers leaving education because they are underpaid, they feel undervalued. Plus, here in South Florida, the cost of living is just skyrocketing. They feel they cannot sustain what they're being paid with what it costs to live here. Can Broward teachers have any hope of a meaningful raise anytime soon?
You know, it's a very good question. It's something that we continue to advocate up in Tallahassee and really try to look at that. We are even asking for how we look at even the budgeting within the state of Florida, because Broward is one of those counties that actually turns money over to the state in order to provide funding to other school districts across the state. Well, the problem with that is that there's no consideration for the cost of living in Broward County Public Schools, because the cost of living here is significantly higher compared to like a Escambia County or a Santa Rosa County or a Leon County. It's just not comparable.
In just a few days, the tragic 4-year anniversary of one of South Florida's darkest moments, the Marjory Stoneman Douglas shooting. How are you going to reassure parents that the schools are safe?
You know, this has definitely been something that has been a significant priority since I've arrived here in Broward County Public Schools, and will continue to remain at the forefront. We're definitely adding on layers at this point in time. I wish I could say, oh, there's a silver bullet to being able to solve this problem. There's not. And that's why we have to take a layered approach and continuing in our efforts, making sure that we are implementing the most current best practices, research-based approaches in order to provide for that safe environment. You know, we have this wonderful app that's out there, the Alyssa's Alert, and yeah, I'm encouraging my staff to continue to download that app because it provides some of that real-time information that we have. Parents, you know, we have Safer Watch that's available, Fortify that's available for you to report when you see something, say something. So that we can act on that information in a timely manner and get in front of it so that we can try to work together to provide that safe environment to where our students feel comfortable going to school, staff feels comfortable going to school, and parents, guardians, caregivers, you feel comfortable having your child at school.
And Dr. Cartwright, finally, on a personal note for you, your selection makes you the first female superintendent in Broward County Public School history. What does that mean to you, and what's your message to young women watching about finding success in their own careers? You know,
for me, I'm very, very proud of the opportunity that has been given to me here. Being the first female superintendent comes with a large shoes, to be frank with you, because you're absolutely right. People are going to be looking up and saying, okay, what's going to happen? And I want to be like that person. So for me, it's making sure that I continue to be who I am, making sure that I am that relatable person, lead by example, being present, being fully visible, so that and accessible. I've had opportunities already to talk to some of our young female students and just giving them some words of inspiration and advice on how to really make a difference. You know, the best thing I can say, be yourself, be persistent, don't ever give up, and learn from others, and always look for opportunities to look for leadership roles so that you can develop yourself as an individual, so that when the time is right and you have that opportunity in front of you, you're ready for it.
Great advice. Dr. Cartwright, congratulations once again. Good luck as you continue this journey that you've been on now in this permanent position. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk with all of you today.
A lot on your plate, so thank you for taking the time.